Record. All right. Well, welcome everyone, and surprise, surprise, we have a special background for everyone around the world that is experiencing extremely warm, extremely cold weather right now. This is not exactly Kailua Beach, but it gives us that warm feeling. And I may change it during the call if you get a little tired of the motion, but I think it's kind of neat. So welcome to the month of February. And I want to wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year, and welcome to this live Healing Moments program. And just right up front, Healing Moments is a program that offers a spiritual perspective on what's happening in the world. And as we tune into our hearts to find the answers, we find the answers to life's big questions, and we are able to move forward in love. So thank you for joining me live, those of you, and for those of you coming in on the recording, bless you as well. I want to start with just an opening prayer. Our topic today is Discover the I in Love, and we're going to do a meditation about that. But first of all, I just want to have us all get centered. So wherever you are, just sit comfortably and take 5 deep breaths. When you take them in like a dolphin breath through your crown chakra, golden particles, draw the light in and just feel that light going through the pineal gland down into your heart, and you exhale out through your mouth. Just keep breathing deep breaths as I call upon the Creator light, the I of all that is, the Christ light, the Goddess weave of love. And in this energy of love, we ask for the guidance, the love, and the heart light to move forward through this Healing Moments program in the best possible way for all those listening and all those coming on later. We pray for the guidance of love from the Lemurian Goddess Light, our Master Guide Kirill and Master Kahu, Master Imhotep, and all the beautiful energies of love from Lemuria that guide us in our journeys as Goddess Lights here on Earth. And we are all Goddess Lights, male or female. We're awakening to the love within us. And in this program today, we pray to discover the I in love at a new level of light. And I'm so humbly grateful and offer this prayer from my heart in love. Amen. Okay, so the topic today is discover the I in love. And of course, we don't mean the letter I, it's a play on words, right? So I'm gonna shift up this background just 1 second, because it's the movement is a little it's a little wacky, right? So let me see if I can just shift this a little bit here. Oh, how about this one? I like that. All right, now we're at Kailua Beach. Okay, I love it. So in the light of the I, I'm going to talk about this, but first I want to tell you about the Lemurian numerology of this month, because we've just entered the 2nd month of the year, and that puts us into the energy of 2. So the energy of 2 is about, in Lemurian numerology, is about balance. And the Lemurian numerology that I know, and my studies over the years, over 20 years now with Master Guide Kirill and Kahu Fred Sterling, have helped me to understand the beauty of the Lemurian wisdom. And part of that Lemurian wisdom is the Lemurian numerology. So it's a month now, the 2nd month of the year. It's for us to move any yin-yang energies, 3rd dimensional energies, into a state of balance. So we have the 2, but whenever I look at it, I don't see the yin-yang anymore. I think balance, and I think goddess light. So for me, this number 2 is really a goddess number, because it talks about how the goddess awakens within all of us to find the balance of the yin yang. And it's not about right or wrong or good or bad. We try and find the I in all of it and the balance in that, right? So if we are in this month, and this month is going to be challenging for all of us, I'm just putting it right up front, because we're human, right? We're human goddesses, and we have to live in the yin yang world of human, but still look at it from a spiritualist perspective and to gather the information that we need for healing and to evolve our journey, because our purpose for being here is to experience that love incarnate. That's the love of the I. And the I that I'm talking about here is the creator love, the creator source, the creator force of all love and light. That is the I that I'm talking about. And when we can see the I in others, we can feel it within ourselves, and it helps us to move our journey forward. Now, that all sounds really simple if I put it out like that, but we live in our day-to-day lives with a lot of people showing us reflections of that I that are challenging for us. So that's what I said in my write-up for the program, is challenging times continue, because we're here to heal, and we're here to experience the I am for the I. And just in talking about the Lemurian numerology, I also want to pick a Lemurian prophecy card for this program. And I love doing the Lemurian prophecy readings. Oh, I'll hold it still. You can't. There. It's the cards. Okay, so I'm gonna, and I do this every morning for myself. And this is my suggestion for you, is when you start your day, of course, I recommend doing a meditation. Always get up a little bit earlier and do a meditation. Do your 5 breath self-healing meditation, and then sit quietly and meditate into the I. And afterwards, get a piece of paper and a pen and pick a Lemurian prophecy card. And so these are just regular cards. I love that. It's so cool. These are regular cards, as you can see. So I'm going to ask you to put your energy into the card deck from wherever you are. And then we're going to cut it in half and pull the card. All right. This is so cool. This is the 10 becomes a 1, and that is the creator force of all love and light. So we have creator energy with us, and the clubs is a suit that represents on the 4 body system: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. This is the mental weave. So the mental body can help us to get into the energy of the I. So, and I want to mention, we're going to do a meditation, but I want you to know that afterwards, ask any questions, share or anything, put it in the chat, put it in Facebook Messenger. I got that going. And let's just sit comfortably a moment, because the I is easy to talk about. It's easy to be mental, like our card here. It's just a reminder for me. It's easy to be mental, but we can also experience this feeling. So I want you to sit back and take some of those nice deep breaths again. And I want you, as you sit there breathing, to just look in front of you and see a giant capital I. There's an I right in front of you. Now, there's different ways of writing that, but most people write it as a straight line. And I want you to see the eye as a straight line of particles. And I want you to send a light from your heart into this line of particles, this eye that you see in front of you, and follow it. Follow the line of particles from your physical into your emotional body and out to the mental body, and then follow it into your spirit light. So follow the line of particles out from your body, and don't be afraid, your body's going to still be there. I'm going to watch it. So when you get all the way out through your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, turn around and look at your physical body and recognize that you are particle light now. You're into your higher self, the I am of who you are. And you're turning around to have a look back on earth at your physical body. So turn back around again and send your energy out from this physical plane above where you are, from the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And let's bring all of our lines of light now together, way up above the earth. You and me and all the people listening, all the people gathered here, we're all together. Now take a moment and look around at each other. I see one of you there. There's another bright light. There's another one. We're bright lights of love. Now look again back at your physical body. And now turn around and look at the eye. This is the creator force of all love and light. This is the fullness of love that brought you to this earth plane. This is undifferentiated, not incarnate, creator force, the source of all love and light. And I want you to recognize yourself as part of this creator force. And just breathe in and feel it. Feel the love. Feel the light of who you are, this powerful, loving light that recognizes you as part of its creation. And now turn around again and see all the other people, all the other lights that have joined us here, and recognize that they are also particle lights of this awesome I, this force of love and light. And turn around again and see your physical body way back there on earth. And you recognize the beauty of your incarnation, the beauty of what you have created to experience this I. It's your I am, your I am. So as you turn around now and begin to find your spirit light, your spirit body, look for your incarnation back on earth, and go back through your mental body, the emotional body, where you can feel the love of who you are, and into your physical light, and you recognize this is your part of the I, and everyone in your life and all around you are also part of this I. So take a moment and just settle back in to your physical body and join us back here again. at the beach. Okay, so I would be interested in hearing what you folks experienced from that meditation. Because for me, when I first did this, it was extremely powerful. And I want to give credit to the great master teacher, master guide Kirill, that prompted me to return to a session that he did in 2008. And that session was called Putting the I in Love. And you know that I'm managing, and I'm the lead facilitator for Signature Cell Healing International. And I also manage that website. And someone came into the store from South Africa and purchased this MP3, Putting the I in Love. And I don't know, Sandra, you've been together with Kahu and Kirill for so long. And I wonder if you remember that session. But I went back and I saw that this fellow in South Africa had purchased that. And I thought, oh my goodness, I haven't thought about that for 15 years. It was 15 years old. So I went back and I listened to it, and it's fabulous. So if you have an opportunity to go back there to listen to that, if you have the recording, or it's available in the store, and it's just minimal amount, it's like $5 or something like that. And it's like an hour and a half MP3. In any case, it was reminded me of this meditation. So I hope that you enjoyed it. And any shares? Any shares? Are you back yet? I hope you're back. You can just raise your hand and I'll call on you. Otherwise, we can go on, because I don't want to take too much time today, but I do want to talk about what about this I, and if this meditation is the case that we are. Oh, I got a heart from Wendy. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, so if this is the case, and this is a profound thing, this knowing that I am, and so are you, and to discover the I in our lives, we see it reflected back to us from other people around us. And that's where the energy of February comes in now, because February is the month for lovers. It's Valentine's Day. It's the two energy, which is the balance, me and you and me. And what a perfect time. Also with Mars and Venus in the morning sky with Saturn and Mercury. But if you get up early and you look at the sunrise sky, Mars and Venus right together, so we have an incredible energy on relationships this month. So if you are struggling with your relationships or having challenges with your relationships, pat yourself on the back, because it is a blessing. And I didn't always feel that way. And it's still a challenge because you want to say, excuse me, you want to look at the other person and say, why are they doing that? That is just so unnerving. But if you can find the I in that other person and feel it reflected back to you, you may just get the message that I in the other person is trying to send you. Okay, so we have a message from Aldine about the meditation. I moved on a stream of photon particles in the meditation. So cool. So perfect, Aldine, because you can move out through that stream of particles. And I invite you to do this anytime that you feel like you're getting frustrated, you don't understand what's going on in your life. Follow this meditation, the stream of particles through your four-body weave out to the I, get as close to the I as you can. And that's a challenge too, to get to the I, because that's all that is, right? And what would be the barrier to getting to the I? That would be your ego. And there is no I in ego. I love that. So the ego is what we need to have this physical experience. So the ego is not some kind of bad dude that, you know, I know it has that popular connotation, but if you look at the ego as a way of sheltering your light and guiding your light through your life to do what you need to do. And that doesn't mean you have to have your ego down tight. The purpose of meditation and of healing and of understanding the I, the reflection in our relationships, is to allow the ego to relax, so we see and we feel that love of I within the self more and more. And you can do that by just letting the ego relax. You don't necessarily, when you're in love, need it to protect you. So if you're feeling, you know, I can't let it go because there's all these people and they're hurting me and I've got all this stuff going on. Continue your meditations, continue to feel the love within you. So discovering the I in love, even though it's the month of relationships and we're talking about, you know, working with the I in someone else, you've got to find the love within yourself, or I've got to find the love within myself first. So it's about loving the self. So discovering the I in love, where is that I? It's inside of me. It's inside of you. And when I discover more of that I can find it in other people as well. And that allows my ego to relax. And I'm not afraid of being wrong. I mean, that's a big one for me. I'm not afraid of being wrong, or I'm not afraid of doing something that's not perfect, or I'm not afraid of somebody hurting me, or whatever our lesson plan is in this lifetime. Our ego is there to help us experience it. So when you've had enough experiencing it, you can feel the love within you and allow that ego to relax a bit more. And I'll take a breath here. And does that bring up any questions or any shares on that? Because that's a challenging thing in our world these days, because there is all kinds of, we're bombarded every day with constant streams of information that would, and misinformation that would want us to put that ego up, you know, and shelter ourselves and, oh my God, this is happening or that's happening. How can we get into the I deep enough to understand the perfection of our journey and the perfection of the journey right now in the world for our great shift? So that's what is so important about discovering the I in love right now, is because it allows us to move into these new dimensional energies, which is a higher vibration of love. And, you know, just while we're talking about it, this beautiful, I have it here somewhere, this beautiful channeling from Master Imhotep this month about discover the courage to be in love. It does take courage to be in love. And in just in the first paragraph, it says the feeling of love, you can feel like it can be really scary, because you're releasing the ego and discovering more of the truth of who you are. And who you are is love. And that whole balance of ego and the I wants you to release it gradually, because, gee, you know, if you didn't have the ego, why would you stay here? You know, why would I stay here if I knew that really in its total essence, the essence of who I am, the essence of the I, what do I want to do this journey for? But I do want to do this journey. So there's always a balance between understanding the I and understanding who I am as Karinna, for example. So when you are, with your significant other, your partner in life, and they do something that totally ticks you off, and you're ready to send them that glance, if looks could kill, because they screwed up or they did something that totally irked you, think about it. And think about the opportunity that gives you. And I look at, I'm married too, I got a partner. So, I mean, it gives you the opportunity to see something within the self. So I can see something within me if I can understand, why the heck did I react to that way? And it just happened to me this last month, something happened that was totally unexpected. And when that happens, it comes right from your higher self. I know that it comes from my higher self. And there's probably a splinter attached to it too, right? And I thought, what the heck is that about? So, I mean, I had to get into meditation, and I really had to ask, what am I supposed to understand from this? It's got to be something so deep within me that there's healing there for me. If it comes, unexpected and I react to it, in that situation, I was able to, and I'm trying like you, trying when these things come up, like, something, you go shopping and somebody's rude, or, somebody cuts you off in traffic, or, these kind of things. How can I find the gold? How can I mine the gold, the golden particles in this experience? And I'm telling you, this month, the 2 months, we've got a numerology that is off the charts, because we're in the year of 2022. So 2022, we already got 3 2s there, right? Now you got the month of 2. So look at all the days. We had the 2, we had the 2nd of February. Now we're going to have the 20th of February, gives us another 2 again. And then we've got the 22nd of February. So, beyond any kind of celestial things that are going on, think about the numerology and the energy of this month. So if you are ready to heal and to move your journey forward in love, what a great opportunity, right? Right? Yeah. So, that is the blessing that we can take from this. So let me just take a pause here and ask if there's any questions, or you've got any examples or suggestions, or have you been in this type of situation before, where you just couldn't understand? And you know what? It can be magical. It can be really magical. Okay, so this one is, let's read this one in the chat. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for your insights. They're great. I'll just share that the ego lets us not take so personally everything that happens to us while we're here. So with the ego present, the I part of ourselves can stay more separate and watch the ego journey through these lesson plans and turn and in turn age our soul faster. Yes, Sandra, that's so great. And when you connect more to the I and let the ego go a little bit more, you're able to move past the lesson plans. So the ego is great, like you say, to experience the journey that we're here to do. And it will lock you in to a journey. And that that journey can have lesson plans that repeat and repeat and repeat until we let the ego go a bit more and recognize that the separation or the ego between you and I is an illusion. And that's what the meditation, I hope to show you, that we could see each other and we could see each other's light. We were all light of creator. So when we come back down and we look at our family, or we look at our friends, or we even look at the lady checking us out at Target, that is, there's no difference between the I of I am and her I. We are the same. We are the same creator light, force of love of creator. And the illusion of separation is what allows me to experience, if she says something off the cuff to me that hurts my feelings, that's my ego that allows me to experience that. Or if someone is constantly doing things to me that just hurt me or hurt my feelings, then the fastest way to heal, or the fastest way, and it's not easy, is to recognize that that person is the same loving creator light that I am. And if that's the truth, and it is, what can I learn from that? What can I learn from the situation, or how can I heal that within my I? Yeah, just a thought, Sandra. And move past and Sandra says, yes, move past the lesson plan by the I part of ourselves not wanting to focus anymore on that lesson. So somehow the ego part of ourselves suddenly finds solutions to the problem, and then even the ego can move on. Let me give you, yes. And the thing is, you're gonna know it. I guarantee you, if you've got a really deep repetitive lesson plan, and I did, and I'll give you an example. This is an example, and I got it on another level, even just this past week. That I thought, okay, there was a woman that I didn't know very well, but I thought she was cheating a friend of mine. This was, this is maybe 20 years ago. I thought she was cheating a friend of mine, and I told her to her face. This is who I used to be, right? I told her to my face, why this, no. There was all this anger, right? And then I happened to go to it was an event, it was like a luncheon or something. And I went there with my mother, and that person was there with her mother. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. I don't even want to see this person. I don't want to see this person. And so the event ended, didn't see each other. And then I got in my car, and my mom and I walked to the car. This is how long ago it was. Walked to the car, and that woman walked with her mother to her car. And then she drove. There was a porte cochere, right? There's where you drive up to the front, and she was picking up some other people to get in her car. And there was a whole line of cars stacked behind her car. And I was stuck in that line of car, and she wouldn't move. She didn't move. I mean, it went a long time. It was like 15 minutes to half an hour. That car was just there. And I suddenly realized, my goodness, my anger with this woman, and I might not even know the truth. Did she really cheat my friend? Or did my friend do something to her to cause her? I was totally conjecturing the whole thing, right? And I realized my anger with that woman is holding me back. It's holding me back physically here in the car. And I went into meditation afterwards, and I released it. And do you know something? I never saw that woman again. I have not seen that woman again. She just disappeared. And I lost the anger at that woman. I mean, tangibly, I recognized that I had that anger in me. That anger was in me because I was an angry person and she was reflecting it back to me. So, I mean, that's just an example, Sandra, of, sometimes our higher self physically puts it in front of us. And it's like your life is a waking dream. It's like walking through life and suddenly realizing this is like a dream, but I'm awake, So that experience for me was like being awake, was like being in a dream, but I was awake. And I thought, this can't be happening. It's just too in my face, So, if we can recognize those situations, boy, you can really move your journey forward. And that's your higher self working with you to see the I am in you, to find the love within yourself. Because if the love is not being reflected back to you from the people around you, I have to look at that. I have to say, why am I attracting, angry, hateful people into my life? I like to have loving people and friendly people in my life, So let me be more like that myself. Anyway, does that answer? Yeah, Wendy, go ahead. Come on, ask to unmute. Here we go. Come on, Wendy.
Yeah, that's so great, Karinna, for you to share that. And I say to myself, it's my age now that I've lived so many years that when I have an upset, the way I handle it now for my own self is just what you're talking about. And so it can happen in little ways, right? Cars or stores or anything, your mate, anything can just set you off, the news. And so as soon as that happens to me, I say, okay, Wendy, when did you do that? Because there's almost nothing that I haven't done that I would say, why did I do that? I'm sorry I did that. So my own humility can kick in at that moment. So if someone's really snitty to me or rude, I say, my first reaction is, how can they do that? And then I'll say, well, have you ever done that? Yes, I have.
It's a really good way of doing it.
It's really taught me to pull out of my ego a little more quickly. Not that that matters, but if I center myself in my God self in that moment, just what you're talking about, and knowing that person is the light and I am the light, we are that I, then it drops away faster. And that's important to me because I know it's clogging up my system. When my heart doesn't feel good, nothing feels good when we're upset or angry.
Exactly.
So it's really my own way of self-healing now is to acknowledge that I've done that. And there's almost nothing that I see that I say, well, I've done that. Except never mean to animals though, never. So
no. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Wendy. That's a really good thing because, when I look, looking at that other woman, I mean, it doesn't, just because I'm angry or we're angry with each other, it doesn't change the truth that she is creator light, just like I am, right? And so what she's reflecting is back something for me, like you said, Wendy, when have I done that? Or, I give myself a break, or I forgive myself for doing that. Like if, sometimes I'm driving along and somebody, they don't use their turn signal, and then they don't know they're turning, right? And then I think, well, how many times have I not used my turn signal? I mean, that's just a real banal example, but it's a powerful way to move, to age your soul, to heal yourself and age your soul, like we say in signature cell healing. And it's not going to happen overnight, but if you're focused on it and you're starting to see, oh, when my partner does that, I do this, and why is that happening? Why am I getting angry at my partner if they do that? And what does that say for me? So what it does is, and I used to say this to my mom, right when I was learning about spirituality, because I started, in my 40s, I didn't really know anything about spirituality until I really came back from Europe. And I said to my mom, you know, one of the great spiritual laws is there is no enemy, there's no one to blame. And she used to get so mad at me for saying that because she liked to, you know, point at people. And so did I. But if we don't do that, if we don't blame other people and we take responsibility for our experience and our awareness and what's going on in our world, it can be a powerful force of healing and evolution for you. Wow, thank you for that share, Wendy. That was wonderful. And you know, we're coming to the end of our time, and I really do hope that what we've said here is just a beginning of a discussion of this. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this tomorrow at the Sunday service at Honolulu Church of Light. So if you'd like to join in the church service, it's available online, and you can find the link at Kirael.com, KIRAEL.com, or it's in the Facebook. I probably put it on my Facebook so you can find it that way, because it's a powerful time this month. There are all kinds of energetic forces around us, around the earth plane, that are holding on to a third dimensional reality that, like Master Imhotep says, it's fraying at the seams. So when we get angry or we feel our ego, then we are holding on to that energy that is just melting away. It's just fraying, and the incoming energy of the fourth light is here. And if you've been in meditation recently, feel that photon energy that is starting to permeate our atmosphere. And that might sound a little far out for everybody, but I experience it as golden particles of light that just surround and then come from inside of me and then surround me. So get into meditation and ask for the photon light and see what happens, because this is an energy that we can, photon light is Christ light particles. It's Christed creator source light. So you might experience it like golden particles or white light, but once you get it, once you feel it, you can send a stream of particles from your third eye. Just build one after the other. This is what Kahu Fred taught us to do many years ago. Particle stream, and stream it to wherever you feel like you want in the world. If you're drawn to an area, like in our global healing meditation that we do every month, and this month we'll do it on the 13th of February, Sunday night. We're streaming light and love into the water systems of Mother Earth. So imagine that photon stream of light coming from your third eye in love to Red Hill in Honolulu, or into the, any kind of polluted waterways or the aquifers on Earth. It's a powerful force of love that we can access now when we let our egos go. So that helps us to experience the I even more. So I hope you have enjoyed the program, and I've enjoyed your shares so much. And I love the reflection of my eye from you. It's been wonderful. And you can find this recording on my YouTube channel and on my website, KarinnaNielsen.com. Please email me any shares that you have, Karinna@KarinnaNielsen.com. And you can sign up for newsletters on my website. And I enjoy doing Lemurian readings and signature cell healings. So I hope you'll join me in that way as well. Until we meet again in March 5th is our next Healing Moments program. I wish you, thank you for the heart, Wendy, and everyone. I wish you all the very best. Month of February, a month of balance. Take care, everyone. Aloha.